My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. I see them. Yopo.
So Abusia for a year Alhaji Sinare or ambassador, former ambassador to Saudi Arabia or Kamoni Pingini Pa. In fact, wa kwadare ewo Kramosumu na papa yi abekasa e de afa Agyapadie document ya apia bonte na wunim say saa na even chief imam a oda nkramofo nyina no wo Ghana hanom Agyapadie document no saa na ya bona hye so omo pekwan bi so a eliminate no na nka omo de omo anka so omo nipa abesi so as chief imam na eno ena Alhaji Sinare ambassador Alhaji Sinare chiremu a krofo edi a joking be pese ye koni kuti ensam a okafa ho ene ensam a wakafa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ho se Mahmoud Bawumia mo frɛ ne kramoni munnim onye kramoni yankoni kuti enkomo no mra wo Power FM the Inside Politics our TV XYZ so na yemra emetwa enkomo no so PENDREAM TV na waso guso a o tie na o ni wani so ehwe make also subscribe to the channel, like the video and share to other people to watch. Make also say o hwe nyina na o comment o kire wa adwene o comment section no ase me pacho yankoni kuti enkomo no mra.
Have you been able to take your time to go through the Agyapadie?
Not all, just some few very interesting.
So which part of or which page?
The one that I really went into was the National Chief Imam's one. That was the exit plan one.
Let's go.
The exit plan one. That one. To be very honest with you, I think that we need to organize a thank you service. To thank Allah. For Allah exposing the MPP government on this particular issue. This document, exactly. We need to organize a thank you service.
In 2021, not in 2022.
Exactly.
And the chief imam is still alive.
As chief imam is alive. I'll tell you one thing, Mugabe.
This is serious.
My great grandfather, my grandfather's father, he lived for almost 128 years.
Yeah.
My grandfather lived for 123 years, right? My father lived for 100 years, 4 days.
100 years?
4 days. And before he left, he told me, son, the enemies, the big ones, I will finish them, Allah will finish them before I leave this world.
He told me this.
But yes, but the small ones, I'll leave them for you. So if they are thinking,
monkeys play by side.
Exactly. If they are thinking that the chief imam will go now,
you
will bury them one by one, and this chief imam will live to 120 something years. They'll be shocked of their life. Because this is very wickedness. And we have a vice president who is a Muslim who is looking at all this. Can you imagine this nonsense? A vice president, you see this Agyapadie document. Nobody is saying anything about it. And you go around campaigning, you say you are a Muslim, then you are not a proper Muslim. I'm telling you the truth. You are not a proper Muslim. I'm telling you the truth. Nobody is coming out to defend it. They are just lying about this Agyapadie the document. They are lying deep. Look at what they said about the chief imam. Can you imagine a whole national chief imam? A man who has lived up to today 105 years. May Allah give him good health and long life for him to live for 125 years. And he will bury his enemies one by one before he leaves this world. I'm telling you. So whatever plans that they have at the end of the day, it wouldn't work at the end of the day. I'm telling you the truth. They want to exit the national chief imam so that they can have their own imams, the pro MPP imams, to take affairs after the national chief imam. It won't happen. I'm telling you the truth. It wouldn't happen. There's a process. In electing the national chief imam, there's a process. They cannot jump it. It wouldn't work. So
Alhaji, didn't bet me more be back to me at myself or planning as a plan for somebody. That is 2 years. Or call back every day. I mean,
that is complete.
You plan exit plan for watching it.
Yeah.
You just plan exit plan for Nanado.
Exactly.
By it here, the acquired document here planning planning exit plan for our chief imam.
Exactly. They are very wicked. This is complete wickedness. I'm telling you the truth. The one who wrote this document, believe me, it's a mafia.
Yeah, tell us from Pennyfield.
Oh, definitely, it's going to be from them. Definitely, Mugabe. I mean, look, this document, the government cannot deny that they don't know anything about this document, because whatever it said in this document, they've implemented some of them.
Almost.
A lot of them. Look at the banks, for instance. Look at the banks that they collapse and all that kind of thing. And look at even our pastors, for instance. Those so-called pro NDC pastors or whatever. Today what happened? What is happening to them? They think that they're going to bring them down. They lie bad. It really happened. Those pastors are very powerful pastors. So we'll see what Allah is going to do. But I know at the end of the day, they will not succeed. And the reason why I say they will not succeed is that come December 7th, 2024, NDC will come back to power.
But Alhaji, as a Muslim, document, the area that talks about the chief imam.
Yeah.
Send affiliate.
I felt
Saudi Arabia to Egypt.
Yes, I felt very, very hurt. I felt very, very extremely hurt. As a Muslim, I mean, if you're a good Muslim, you feel very, very, very hurt because the chief imam.
You vote against this wicked.
Exactly, because this man has done so much for this great country of ours. You can see the relationship between the national chief imam, even with the Christian community, even with Christian churches and all that. He has a very good relationship, and the man is so good. The man is a God-fearing person, very humble person. And Allah has made him live for so long. I mean, he's lived for 105 years as we talk today. And it's our prayer that he will live for 120 something years. So if they are thinking that they have plans for the chief imam to be exited, then the chief imam will bury them one by one, inshallah, spiritually. This is what I say. Oh, you bury them spiritually one by one. I'm telling you the truth. Oh, the chief imam will bury them spiritually one by one. Those who want the chief imam's downfall, they will go one by one. Those who are planning this, they will go one by one. You mark it down. Starting from this year. Ombewu Baku. Spiritually, they will go. Omboko. This man is so powerful. Don't joke with that man. The national chief imam. Subhanallah wa la ilaha illallah.
You know him very well.
Oh, he's my father. He's my father. Even when my father was passing away, he said, look, this is your next in kin. Is the national chief. My dad said that. So if there's any problem within the Sinare family, he's the first person that will go to for him to settle whatever problems that we have internally or whatever.
So Alhaji Obi Beka say inti ba umieni mwenyina so uma plan exit plan for chief imam and was sorry adebia no akokoto
that's why I'm saying that Mugabe in Islam in Islam Mugabe I'll say this. John Muhammad is a Christian, right?
Yeah, Assemblies of God.
Yes. But John Muhammad, I can swear to the Almighty Allah that John Muhammad has a Muslim heart in him. But the vice president who is a Muslim, believe me, his heart, he doesn't have a Muslim heart in him. It's just a camouflage that he's a Muslim. But believe me, I swear, John is a better a Christian who has a Muslim heart in him, better than a Muslim who doesn't have a Muslim heart in him. That's what we have today.
Yeah, your mama, Muslims.
Oh, he has done so much, very, very much. As you know, look, I'll give you for instance, look at the Hajj, for instance, the Hajj.
You've been an ambassador to
I've been an ambassador to
Saudi
So
Arabia.
For me, I know, I can tell you.
For how many years?
I've been ambassador for almost 8 years. I was in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. So those two, it was almost 8 years. But I'll tell you this, look at the Hajj first, for instance. Look at this year. How much did they pay for that?
75,000.
750 old Ghana. It was about 11,000 or so, 12,000.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm telling our Muslim folks, look, a lot of them went through the back door, Mugabe. The actual fare should have been half the cost. I've been ambassador. I know how much the fares are. Yeah. I know how much the accommodation is. I know everything. Nobody can tell me. I've been there. I know the figures and all that kind of
experience.
Everything. All the figures, I know it. So they're coming out with that 75,000 cedis. Believe me, there's something very fishy in that amount. Well, whatever, it may be benefit from it. Maybe, who knows? But I'm saying that figure was too bloody high. Bloody high. People went backdoor. People went backdoor. You see, do you know that when you have an American visa or an EU visa, when you go to Saudi Arabia, they give you a visa on arrival?
Yeah, I know.
And now the visa going to Saudi is very easy. It's not like before. Do you know that people go through the back door now? Even this Hajj, lots of thousands of people went through the back door, and they paid with the airfare and everything, accommodation and all that. They paid about 32,000 Ghana cedis to get there. So why can't we do it? Why are you making money out of these innocent people? These innocent
instead of 32.
Exactly.
Paid about 75,000.
Yes. But look at the figure. How many people went for Hajj this year? I think it's about 3,000, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the NDC John Muhammad, we took about 7,000 people per year.
Was 3,000.
This year was 3,000 because people cannot afford it. A farmer who has a farmer from a village in Langbishi, for instance.
Yeah.
Langbishi in the northern region.
Fantastic.
If he has to pay 75,000 Ghana cedis to go to Hajj, he will have to save about 10 years savings. 5 to 10 years, he has to save for that particular amount. That is too much for them. But we are saying that John has said it, JM has said it, that if we come to power, inshallah, it's written. Allah has written that already for us, inshallah. But on condition that, like I said earlier, if we do those things, we win these elections.
Fantastic.
John says that he's going to reduce the Hajj fares. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's a good approach for us, especially the Muslim community. If the Hajj fares, for instance, comes to about let's say about 38 or 39,000 Ghana cedi next year, it's a plus for John, and I know exactly JM is going to do that.
It's planned for him.
Exactly.
So let's look at this area too. I mean, the difficulties are now they have to go through before. I mean, you come to Accra here for like 2-3 weeks. If the Hajj village,
exactly,
any difficulties, if you could have with malaria, mosquitoes, and
you should ask those who went for Hajj this year. They'll tell you.
And you are in Tamale. You don't need to come to Accra.
Exactly. I mean, who did that? Was it not GM? The first flight that left from Tamale to Mecca, was it not GM's time? And they were taking credit that they were the one who did that. It was John Muhammad who did that. All that. Look at this year's Hajj, for instance. Look, the accommodation that they went through, our pilgrims, for instance, it was so bad. Their feeding, for instance, was the worst feeding they ever had in the history of Mother Ghana. This year Hajj was the worst. These are very bad, and I'm praying that our Muslim brothers and sisters should pray very hard for John Dramani Mahama to come back to power, to make things very easy for them at the end of the day, so that we can reduce these Hajj fares and develop our Zulu communities. The legacy I always say, the legacy of JM in the Zulu community is unprecedented. You understand what I'm trying to say? If we are going to compare the legacy of JM to Bamia, then Bamia, I bet you will not even get assemblyman to contest in the Zongo communities. Oh, I'm telling you the truth. That's a fact.
Assemblyman.
As even assemblyman, you will not even get to contest. I'm telling you the truth. Because look, what John has done for the Zongo communities. Look, in terms of roads, in terms of the health sectors, in terms of the education, look at the number of people that John took, the deprived Zongo communities, the families, for instance, those who went to Cuba, for instance, on scholarship to what's it called, to graduate as medical officers and all that, in their hundreds. We did that under John Dramani Mahama, So I tell our Ghanaian people, look, your best bet in this year election is to bring back John Dramani Mahama. If you people fail, this country is sold already, as you know. Omaton.
If you go through
the this country is sold. This country is sold already. The Bank of Ghana is already bankrupt. You have a very useless bank. What's it called? Governor. What's his name? I even forgot his name. Addison. Just useless. Look at the debt that he has imposed on us. This year, what was the loss this year?
10 billion.
No, was it not 60 billion? No, last year. Last year was 60 billion. This year was 10 billion. Yeah. During our time, we made profits. Every single year, Bank of Ghana makes profit than this useless, what's it called, BU governor that we have in
Alhaji, you know, Moka say, Oshe, the Ayadin in Russia-Ukraine war, and COVID-19, and I'm winning.
But so the rest of the countries, Ivory Coast, for instance, Burkina and all that. Look at it, I did not do well. And the COVID, they were better than us. Exactly. Look, there are a lot of companies here, Mugabe, a lot of companies in Ghana here. Look at the taxes that have been imposed on this company. They cannot even break even. So a lot of them are moving to some of the West African countries like Ivory Coast and especially Togo too as well. Even Nigeria.
And Burkina.
Yeah. Look at in Burkina itself. Look at the irrigation. Look at the type of irrigation that they have in Burkina. And they are doing so well in agri. Far better. Exactly, it's doing very, very well. In Ghana here, our lands are so fertile than far 100% better than Burkina Faso. But we cannot farm. But yes, at the end of the day, Burkina Faso, how much did we import from Burkina in terms of tomatoes and all that kind of thing? Look, it's a shame. Look, we need to sit up. Look, the only way, Allah Mugabe, I swear, the only way. Sometimes I get up and I have some Caesar attacks sometimes, you know. I look at it, I say, Ghana and
Alhaji Sinare Ghana.
Alhaji Sinare Ghana. They messed up. This government, they don't care. Mugabe, do you think they care about you or me or the Ghanaian people outside? They only care of themselves. They've enriched themselves. They have siphoned a lot of money outside and all that kind of thing. Anyway, may Allah help this country. May we get John Dramani Mahama back into power come 2024, 7th December. And I know, inshallah, Allah has already answered our prayers. Inshallah, once we do our homework very well for this great party of ours, we'll get this country back into track.
Would you say any standing chance of winning the 2024 elections?
Oh, it's a must. Mugabe, I've always been saying this. I said it is a must win elections. And I'll repeat myself. I said Ghanaians will not forgive us if we don't win this election come 7th December. Ghanaians will not forgive us. Because we have no excuse. And that's why I'm saying that the NDC folks, Alhaji Sinare, I cannot be everywhere at the same time. John cannot be everywhere at the same time. Some time back, I was a polling agent. In 2007 election, I was a polling agent. That shows the level of how we wanted to get power at that particular year. Let us all be very vigilant. These elections, my NDC folks, be very vigilant. I've given you a blueprint. Voluntarily get people, 20 people in every branch that we have to police our polling stations in the constituencies. You multiply those people times the number of polling stations, you will have over 5,000 to 7,000 people who will march to the coalition center. Believe me, they have to declare the actual results at the end of the day, whether they like it or not.
Alhaji, we say 24-hour economy is doable.
Oh, it's doable. Why not? I mean, I think John has lined up so many things. I'll give you an example. Let's say the Ghana ports, for instance. Ghana ports. Why can't it work 24 hours? You know, to make it much easier for the businessmen in this country. They know that if my container comes, I know I can clear it the same day or whatever. 24 hours, they are working around the clock. The custom officers will be there, the security officers will be there. Everything will be there 24/7. Everything will work 24/7, and it's going to be well it's going to move so well for us in this country.
It's a laudable idea.
It's a very laudable idea, and that is what they are afraid of. They know that 24-hour economy is really shaking them, and especially when John mentioned about this, the Women's Bank.
Yeah, the Women's Development Bank.
The Women's Development Bank, believe me, it will go a long way to help. Without paying interest. Yeah. Exactly. It will help our mothers, you know, especially those in the markets and all that, you know, the petty traders. Who can trade for maybe just from 5,000, 10,000 Ghana up to 20,000 Ghana. Even understand that he said even up to 1 million Ghana cedi they can even obtain. So it will go a long way in helping our mothers in their trades, you know. So that's all of us pray for John Dramani Mahama Mugabe. I know you are doing a very, very great job, you know, with your others colleagues, you know, you are doing so well, and I'm praying so well for you. May Allah give you good health. May Allah protect you, because what you are doing it's not easy.
You know,
it is not easy at all, because you've put your life or your life on the line. I'm telling the truth. You put your life on the line because certain things that you say it, Fedika Futa, you say it like how it is. May Allah bless you at the end of the day.
What is the meaning?
Fedika Futa, you say it like how it is.
Fedika Futa.
Alhaji Hassan Meja Mo Akono. The Electoral Commission. Send a money media.
Mamino.
Yeah. So what do you say?
Mamino. You know, look. This election,
live in the same.
Yeah, we live in the same. We don't live too far from each other. You know, but I mean, I pass by every day there. You know, but Gabi, you see,
Gabi office.
Gabi doesn't live far from. Gabi is about he's about some 5-6 houses away from me. But you see, Mugabe, I'll say this. You're talking of the EC chairman, isn't it?
Yeah,
the chairman, your Mensa. Yeah, I'm not bothered about her. I'm telling the truth. I'm not bothered about her at all. Look, for as long as we do our homework right, the police station, the collision center, she can go and change whatever figures. At the end of the day, we will match her boot by boot. We need to match the MPP in every police station, all the collision centers. If we do that's why I say, if we do our homework properly, this election is a must-win election. I'm telling you, it's a must-win elections. Ghanaians will not forgive us.
No court.
No court. Why should we go to court when they have packed? You know what I'm talking about. You know, there's nothing. What are we going to do in court? We need to win the elections. One touch. Mugabe, I swear. Well, no, there's no court. Why? Why do we have to go to court? We are winning this election one touch, Mugabe. Inshallah, we are winning this election. Take my word for it. Whether the Mensa is the EC, whether what's his name, the deputy, what's that crazy guy, Bossman too.
It's crazy.
That slicky guy too. He thinks that he's smart, but at the end of the day, we're going to teach him a bitter lesson come 7 December 2024, inshallah.
What about if the president decides not to handle?
Oh, he lied bad. He's not above the law. You know, he's not above the law. You saw what happened in Kenya, didn't you?
Recently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happened in Kenya? Kenyans will not forgive him. If he says he's not going to hand over, he will hand over by force, whether he likes it or not, whether he's seated in the golden chair or not. He will have to give up.
So, Alhaji, unemployment situation in this country, very, very bad. And we share your nurses, our doctors, DNA here to make sure say the youth of this country,
Mugabe, I don't know why this government, I don't know what is their excuse at the end of the day. You have so many doctors, thousands of them, lined up waiting for employment. What is your excuse for at the end of the day? Why can't you employ them? Look at the nurses. We say we lack nurses. Today, all these nurses today, a lot of them are going outside because you are not employing them at the end of the day. The doctors, a lot of them are going outside because you are not employing them. Give them employment. What is the excuse? All those monies that they have been siphoned. Look, I'll give you an example like the budget, the president's budget, for instance. Look at the president's budget, like what John Dramani Mahama said here. There's so much waste in the system. Those waste in the system, they could use those waste to pay those doctors and nurses and all that kind of thing. Because none of them are suffering at the end of the day. Look, I have a cousin of mine, a niece of mine rather. For 3 years today, as a nurse, she's not had employment. They've not posted her up to today. I have to be indirectly be paying her, giving her allowance every month just to keep her going. So,
if you hear about Bedru here as a nation, in the role that your father played, when Nkrumah was leading this country.
Oh yes, the old man did so well for this.
He was his advisor.
He was an advisor. My father was Nkrumah's advisor. And my father did my mother too. My mother. You should give my mother a credit too. My mom is Egyptian. My father, who is a Ghanaian, Moshima.
Right?
Oh, my mom has been here 74 years.
Wow.
She came to Ghana in 1950 from Egypt. Yes, she married my father in 1949, and they got here before we even get independence and all that. They got here in 1950, and surprisingly, it's not even a surprise thing, but my dad knew Nkrumah through my grandfather.
Really?
You know that.
That Kwame.
Yes, Kwame Nkrumah. Yes, it was my grandfather who introduced Kwame Nkrumah. Who introduced my father to Kwame Nkrumah? My grandfather.
So who introduced Fatia to Nkrumah?
My dad, my father. My father he was the one who went to Cairo. You know, because at that particular time, you know, Nkrumah was not married. And he told Nkrumah that, look, Mr. President, you cannot, you know, be seated in government. Yes, you need to marry and all that kind of thing. So at the end of the day, the George, he said, okay, you can get me a wife just like your madam.
Egyptian.
Well, my father proposed that to him, you know, so he bought that idea. So my dad went to Egypt with my mother. They spent almost 2 months trying to get the right person for what's it called, for Kwame Nkrumah, our first president, you know. And at the end of the day, it was President Nasser who paid the dowry.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. And President Nasser paid the dowry and presented a gift to Kwame Nkrumah. To Kwame Nkrumah, you know, he gave Kwame Nkrumah a house in Egypt, in Mahdi, you know, free. You know, today the house is still there. Yeah, the relationship was very strong, you know, very extremely strong, you know. And my father built that bond between Egypt and Ghana till today, you know. We have a very strong relationship with them.
So Abraham Napoka Kwame Nkrumah is an affiliate.
Naponu Ashanti for Ombasi or Kosia. I'm telling you the truth, he's just a fool. I don't want to dip into him too much. You understand what I'm trying to say? But for me, I say he's a big fool. There's no way you're going to compare what's it called Kwame Nkrumah to Nanado. Can you imagine this nonsense? What Kwame Nkrumah, look, oh God have me, that coup d'etat, I've always been telling our people, that's 66. Look, I went through a lot of hell in 66. I'm telling you, I went to Egypt on exile, you know, my mother's family there. I spent almost 7 years. I got by doing what's it called, a champion's time. But that coup, can you imagine that if Nkrumah has stayed into power till up to 1972 or 75? God have mercy. Like Ghana would have been more than what South Africa is today.
Very well.
I'm telling you the truth. They messed up. Wicked people. They messed up the whole system. Look at Kwame Nkrumah. God have mercy. That was my godfather. That was my godfather, Kwame Nkrumah. And today you sit down with your big nose and you say that, what's it called, Kwame Nkrumah. Nonsense. Kwame Nkrumah. He's very lucky. Somebody would have given him a dirty one on his nose for him. I'm telling you the truth. It's so annoying, Mugabe. Very, very annoying. Who has nobody, no head of state. Nobody has come. The only person who has come close to Nkrumah's achievement, I'll say, is Rawlings and Atta Mills and John Dramani Mahama especially. Because look at the development that John did within 4 years. 4 years in this country. Today, look, just recently, my one of our in-laws, he had a stroke, serious one. They rushed him to 37. There was no bed. Then I told my sister, I said, look, let's take him to the bank hospital. Can you imagine the bank hospital was not there? He would have been dead. Today, as we sit, he's alive today. He's kicking, walking nicely. But imagine the bank was not there, the bank hospital was not there, the Witch Hospital was not there, the UGC, what's it called, hospital. Can you imagine all this? What have they done? Which hospital have they built?
Mate.
Oh, mate, no, for him, that's here. He will crush us in pieces. Mugabe, I'm telling you the truth, I'm not joking. Look, if Ghanaians made the mistake in handing over that steer to Dr. Bamia, light and light. Look, you know one thing, it's not going to be Bamia who's going to be controlling this country. It's not going to be Bamia. All day, it's going to be the same old mafias who are going to be controlling, Bamia. I'm telling you, who have no say. Even the appointments of the ministers and all that. You mark my word. And may Allah, inshallah, it will never happen. It will never happen, Mugabe. We are praying very hard that we will get John Dramani Mahama back into power come December 7, inshallah.
Star 274 hash. Now I send the point from number 1, wabo 1 na till 5 Ghana, 2 na till 10 Ghana. Muzu eba clinic se men kanchiro say oba na so yo wa obeboa wo ye papa unya.
Enti abushafo His Excellency Alhaji Said Sinare ena yakuti enkoma one Mugabe Masi ediye ewo Power FM ena TV XYZ. So the Insight Politics with Mugabe Jumadino so eno no yakofa edi abram no busia mwankasa munim ensamwa papai aka papai oye kramunia meka na se wakwadare kramusum ono enana oye former ambassador to Saudi Arabia. Okwe ne modema obo ye wabra na oye efene saying ambassador to Saudi Arabia. Otimi hwe ye ma obibia kwan bi ma inya opportunities to get a lot of friends saying developmental projects bi wo hanom a Arab for it me be ye Edinburgh ma Ghana timi call so hwe the Zongo communities o hwe Masalachi ko musino ewo Kawukudi Park won sa area honom a ni nyina kapapai jumadi akohyehyehye egu ho ene ma sankofo baaye etumi ebeso ebeye bibi papa ede ma oman Ghana no na NPP for person ko omo so behwe na nkoja omo so etumi replicate the Christian side that omodi akowia yisika be over $400 million ne yehwehwe sika na yehu ba bia sika no akofa in the name of National Cathedral abusia national fence and chief imam there. I think that enye fedi agro was say nkramofo mpanyifo nkramofo asofo omutumi sorigina omonan so no mu protect man pa because there is a scheme to take him off so that they can bring in somebody that they can control. Papa no ifri abra obaye on hombo NDC for chief imam wohi or any mpanyifo bebre na ya adwuma presidents bebre na ya adwuma Ghana ha ne President Rawlings munyi na ya adwuma, President Kofo ya adwuma, President Tamasa ya adwuma, President Mahama ya adwuma ena moma ba ena mabeto no ono onyi ni nim enkodi obi achida ono no se bia no asumdwe ena opre ede ama Ghana ene oman de bia no oprichi asumdwe de bia asumdwe ena oprichi enti ama enkrofui the agenda and compare omudi capture the state no omunyanya kramofo epenyinti na ama aimu ayo omuden pa enti sanko omunya ya nka omo atumi a eliminate papai anaso magina firi ho na nka kire so matumi akope obi a omo no betumi a control no said be ya omo di bone a those people will come out and support them but it is rather unfortunate no and His Excellency Alhaji Said Sinare echirimu a mubewu mako na papa no odaso tinkwam so mu fi say mu twen ahwe amanawu mu fakwati kwan so aya ama ono awu na matumi anyam way through e de adi nkwasi asema moboa insi chief imam so utim ho say efense ebo utim ho say ebo ebi na efense usu bempa ebi din tro say ono ahye nkom say papa no obewu over 3 years 5 years mponi na o kan say bo hye nkom say papa ni bewu 5 years aba ono na da so na mo ne ho de penyifo bebre wu krum ha papa yi da so enam honom bibia nkyere say ono no nyame befre no ne baby onam no agi se nyame nankasa ne purpose ne da obema ho kwan na nyame so bema ho kwan wo bra atamfo amo no mo hye akiri epe nkramosum downfall mo pese mo di nchichemu ene disintegration eba nkramosum no munyina obi yi mo afiri honom na munya sa kwan no ansa ne nyame ebefre ono ankasa ne ba chief national chief imam Sharbutu obefre na wafre no yes There are so many evil things but emfa na Alhaji Sohan fences Sinare echiremu a Muhammad he's a Muslim at heart, and everybody knows. Yes, everybody knows. Ohwe Jumadi John Dramani Mahama adan edidi a chenkramosom ewo kurom hanomo a. My friend, why any bit me no hatoto neme no ka say even the holiday kurampa nkramofo anya Mahama na de ma holiday ene nkramofo anya no Mahama na de amom wasan say Africa kurampo de oba holiday no oba no 2 days de amom. Yes, enti the day no be di sala na holiday ena na ade eche so a ebe holiday, national holiday. Yes, send be ya emfa pressure bia meto omo so ankane no na day na omo edi omo sala na holiday enti eba na sa ade eche pe na wo say nipa na okọ adwuma eba na sa na the pressure atom. So this time President Mahama so oba e be wini tumi a obeye no holiday e di amom da na omo ye efense sala no na ade eche so a eno so aside national holiday eche so omanya 2 holidays a ombetumi e dey arrest adi omo sala ama atumi ayefe e wokurum ha abusua President Mahama pe anase NDC pen betumi ayesa adi ama yenuanom enkramofo baumia a ono oso ekramonimpo ya yenim kwan a wodi ni nuanom enkramofo afaso wokurum ha di gidigidi pe abato awini nti gidigidi omo sheda akwate efenesen ministry be ISCFN no FN zongo ministry se deben ministry ono behwe zongo for so ne ho ade enko wi akira ministry no omampanyini Akufo-Addo agunu wagu ministry no wagunu ade intira because Kennedy Japan abetna abeka say enkramofo anto abama MPP4 in 2020 no omampanyini Akufo-Addo ontwam because faso bia eni so oma ekom krampo endi omo. Look at that atiasi na mwetwam na a whole vice president awe kramoni wahwe atnase amasa ministry no mwetwam abra ye o ministries bebre ewo system no mu a omo nya adwuma ebinu kwa ni office ye o ministries no be omo ni office ayitu omo ka police for di omachi but omo ni office omo krampo ni yantwa omo ministry na ehu nkramosom ministry wosi matwam no kira wo say nipa na odi akire as vice president no oni influence bia o party na odi mu no oni influence bia because this so influencer ni influence no ebetumi apushi ama enkramofo enyoma bi se yanka ebetumi aboa omosom no atumi agina abusua aha ne de enkomo no ebisi PENDREAM TV so ni emeso so oba subscribe to the channel, like a video no na share to other platforms so mo so enya bi enhwe na wo adwenkyere bi a wo de to comment section no ase e de amaye PENDREAM TV yese edamu yopo
ya mobo wo Ghana etisika so o manya ohia man nenam amamu a enkoyie enti no come there.
The country where I come from, the truth is ironic. Just like animal farm, justice mean inequity. So who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence, Islamic leaders silence, kings and queens silence, traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are the go so confuse the call. Now by area why no better. We are the go so confuse the call. One guy's why no better. Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now. See what I see so. Na your friend on na yen kamasem. Oni pa bi obeka na sembia. So antu ankwa obechu etu. Everybody was afraid. And until Nanantu Makotiti Ajanai, once na bodom pin one anachi. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso biam peso beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini akukudro for nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Obiadra konson so to grow your mansa to me bia kakobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo wanyina ye. Na so kutrata down na so bi dia ba ko why no keke. Afene fo be manu mo piafo efo ne cross on my mo. Anya safwe muayini akukudro for nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino yedi bi bebo nyande bi kachi se wodi o ma o pipi numa wodi o ma never shine my frafonsa. But who go tell the truth? TUC silence, even journalists silence. Oh, then who go say the truth? Right is right, wrong is wrong. No matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless. Poverty no they mean useless. One day them go resist.
Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.